And we're live! Woo! Right, so who kind of wants to introduce what this is?
Yeah, us at Pace. So yeah, this is just basically a discussion, just brainstorming session to see if we're all on the same page. Sort of like just pick each other's brains and sort of see if we all agree with what we want to do and so forth.
Yeah, so this is the first time we're actually using this platform. I saw it the other day and I thought, it worked really well for our group, because it's a lot easier to mark as well, because we're all going to be like saying our ideas. You can just throw this on your blog and then like that's done. And all Helen's got to do is like watch it through to see like what points you bring up, what you bring to the table. Do you know what I mean? It's so much easier than like going to one person's blog. I mean, she's got to do that anyway, but like if one just uploads this, it's kind of I don't know.
Exactly. Like you said, it's like vlogging, but there's 4 of us.
Yeah, and I think that works really well. Really well. So, should we kick this off about what our group's going to be about, and what notes we've brainstormed so far?
Right. Alright, well, what kind of news network have we decided what kind of news network we want to do yet?
Not too sure that, from my perspective anyways, I'm not too sure because in regards for the type of news network that we want to be, it also falls into branding as well, because I don't know, are you guys familiar with Vice News at all?
With what, sorry?
With the Vice YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I watched, they do some documentaries, don't they, as well? Yeah,
that's it, and they also do news reports as well. And it's like, the way they cover it is sort of like in it's weird to explain, sort of an indie sort of style of coverage, if that makes sense. So it's not like your usual news conventional type of coverage, but they cover it in a more modern, sort of youngish way, if that makes sense. So it's not like your BBC report or your ITV report, which is like very formal.
Right.
And then you've also got like your Russian television as well, which is sort of like your BBC, your ITV and whatnot, which is like the sort of news you'd watch in the evening.
They cover a variety of things that don't have Vice. Because the documentary I watched, it was Britain's Toughest Debt Collector.
Yeah, that's the one. Still, I could do like quite a lot of documentaries as well. I'll quickly do a screen share to show you. Can you guys see the screen?
Oh, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
So yeah, you've got that Vice News, so pretty much like the way they cover everything, it's like, it's still a news channel, but they've got a different type of approach, if that makes sense. So it's not like you're sort of sitting up straight, shirt and tie on and whatnot.
Do you think that's something we want to be?
Not too sure what you guys think. Like, how would we want people to watch our news channel?
Well, because we're young anyway, I don't think people would appreciate us getting all formal and whatever, and dressing up in suits and telling them how to, giving them the news channel.
Well, it might look like we're trying to make fun of the news. That'll be the problem.
Yeah,
so
there's a danger.
It'll look like we're trying to take the piss out of the news, so we don't really want to do that.
There'll be a danger that we'll turn into a parody of the news.
Oh, okay. So if that's the case, let me just put it down. Or if anything, what we should do as well, you see, if we don't necessarily come up with definite decisions, if we make notes on it so that we can then go and research further on that topic, if that makes sense. So, for example, like where we're discussing branding at the moment, literally where I've put that down as a key highlight, then we can go away and sort of research into the different types of news coverage and news channels. So then we can see, like, obviously the what's the word I'm looking for, the upper class or the sort of the more formal news, and then we can see the more sort of laid back.
Yeah.
Too many Andes.
I'm trying to sort my Google Drive out that's messing up, and I've managed to sign myself out. Oh, here you go. It's boom, done.
Well, we got 2 years.
Oh well,
Yeah,
that's
what's with
great.
that?
If I eject, I'll eject him. See that, mate? Hopefully that doesn't.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Is it still broadcast? Right, we're still live. That's good. Right, so let's have a look.
Okay, I got a good question.
Go on.
Should we decide a branding for our network and then base our stories on that, or shall we come up with some stories first and then base our branding on the stories that we come up with? Which way should we do it?
I say ideally it would be better to work the opposite way around. So or in fact, even if we done both, to be honest, so the main thing is the stories. So if we know what stories are available to us, but then I see what you're saying though in regards to if we decide to brand ourselves a certain way, then we might be able
We're
to
restricted to the stories we can run if we do that.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, we're already kind of branded with our actual name, ARMA, because we're using, alternative
Revolutionary Media
revolutionary
Association.
media association. So we're already we're not going for traditional news, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we've already
Yeah.
kind of got our like what we'd go
Yeah,
for.
I don't think it would
Yeah.
fit us if we did like that sort of news anyway. Because if we're all like younger people tend to be a bit more rebellious. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't see Eamon Holmes being really like rebellious and reporting about stuff that he shouldn't be. So
That's
I'm
true.
not sure
it
it's
fits
like
more.
reporting about stuff we shouldn't be. It's more reporting from a different angle.
Yeah, alternative media. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
check this video out here. How do we do it? This is like a type of news coverage. Where is it? Everyone sees the same video. Okay. So this is like a news story as well. How do I show it? Yeah, it's not letting me show this for some reason.
Should be able to.
Ah, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, guide video to playlist. Yeah.
All I can see is Mark.
Hi.
Lovely to see you.
Imagine seeing you here.
Right, so I see if you guys are watching that video there.
No, I clicked it. It said it came up with YouTube, use app and whatever, and I clicked it and it's gone. It's
Oh.
like,
Right, so let's turn that down because that's annoying. If you guys watch that video, I see what Andre's going for. You want to kind of.
Oh no, this is just like an example of the different type of coverage that we can go for.
Yeah.
what was the video? Because I couldn't watch it. I tried using the app and it just shut it down.
Right, basically, it's someone called Hollywire TV. If you quickly pop on YouTube and have a look at it, they're kind of like this kind of. Yeah, they're kind of this hit brand that I don't know. It's very upbeat. It's very fast. It kind of reminds me of like reality TV shows, like how they're filmed, where they're quite fast paced, trying to keep your attention. Like literally, all you got to do is watch 5 or 10 seconds of it to understand, like what sort of vibe they're going for. But are you suggesting we should be something like that?
Not primarily, but that's just an example of like branding, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like you've got your sort of the celeb gossip type news channel.
Yeah,
and
and
you know
it's obvious. It's obvious because of the context in which they're sharing the information.
yeah,
Like the new pick scandal and how they've just kind of how they've written it, how they introduced it. It all makes sense.
yeah,
So
that's yeah.
we need to do something. We need to brand ourselves where it can instantly be noticeable. So
Yeah,
it's not ambiguous how we come across. It needs to be in context.
Probably with that show, it's more of a gossip show.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So it's showbiz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. In regards to it though, the way how they've branded themselves, you can straight away, even though they're their show is, you can sort of tell straight away because of the way how the music's playing in the background, she's talking, the clothes she's wearing, and also the graphics that she used as well.
But I mean, you can't tell it's a certain brand. I thought it was even you.
Oh, say that again, sorry, it was a bit
I mean,
low.
I thought it was Enu. Because the problem is, we don't want to be.
We want to be taken seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's the stigma that comes with it.
That video was very similar to something you would have found on Enu.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very kind of. You want to be individual.
Oh yeah, most definite.
No, it's just using that as like a example. Like this is how they brand themselves.
Oh, okay.
Using that in context, how are we going to brand ourselves? So it's it's not ambiguous.
What you're saying is we've just got to make sure that people understand what we are straight away from the first few seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Because obviously it's the first few seconds which is going to catch a viewer's eye. Like I know it's not going to be a proper network, but if we try and if we're actually trying to be a network or be like a network, we need to come across like we've got your attention, watch our stuff, whether that be graphics, music, pictures on screen. Like in the first 5 or 10 seconds, that needs to catch your eye.
All right. Yeah.
Because if you watch what Andre just shared in the first 5 seconds, I forgot what she says. Hang on, let's bring the app back up. So she says, she's like, oh my god, the nudes have just been leaked. That kind of brings you into it.
Yeah,
like, oh my god, nudes leaked. Stay in this video and we'll talk about it. So,
that's it still. So it's like if we're going for that more of a tech IT story, for instance, there could be a variety of ways on how we could cover it. We could cover it on a celebrity gossip type thing, like oh my god, like
yeah.
do you know that the YouTube album's on your phone? Do you know that?
No, that's right.
And still, we could go for like the more formal. Today at 5 o'clock, we're here to announce, like you know, like the sort of more serious.
Yeah.
But we want a medium, don't we? Because if you go for a gossip show, you want a woman presenter throughout.
Yeah, that's it. So.
But if you go for a bit more serious, men can get away with it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but can I get away with it? That's the thing.
Gossipy enough, so yeah.
And you've got the northern accent, so northern accent sounds good on anything.
Oh.
I was also going to say, like, just a thought, we could even go for that. You know, you got this new hipster craze as well.
What is in our Instagram and that?
Yeah, well, do you know that?
We got filters like this one.
And that's still so. Yeah, that's branding. If anything, we can come back to branding at a later date. But
yeah.
Just for that video there, though, that's just to give you an idea of different types of news branding, just to say that we don't have to go for that. The more
I mean, if you look at like I've just been looking at like the briefing. And the first learning objective is you've got to grow critical knowledge and understanding of news and current affairs.
Yeah.
So if it's in this like video blog, if we go through, oh look, here's a current media blog, here's a current media network, and we compare stuff like Russia Today, Sky News, and just grow an understanding of how they work, and then we build on that to create our own. So we're trying to meet that learning objective.
Yeah, most definitely stuff. Spot on. Keep forgetting there's people behind me.
Yeah, I know, like.
Should we talk about what actual stories we've discussed so far that we were thinking about running?
Yeah, I think if we go onto, I'm on Google Drive. I don't know if this shares it with you. I don't know if you press Google Drive and it's got the same document as me.
In fact, I just realised what we could do actually. It's opening there. Apple asked us to update our privacy. So yeah, I just realized what we could even do as well on top of this notes for the script. We could even make like group notes as well whilst we're talking.
Yeah.
If you'll let me do it, create shared notes.
My computer's lagging. Shall I?
No, it's mine.
Don't forget I'm only on student.com. Like shit internet and I can't believe it.
That's alright.
What I've done is, if you check on the Google Drive, I've created Hangout notes, and I've just put like for branding, I've put down different sort of companies.
Is it the same document I'm looking at, where it's like notes, tagline, examples?
That's something that me and Mark did earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the same doc? Oh no, hang on.
Oh, I see it. Wait, what? What's this?
Hangout notes, it should be called.
Oh, Brandon. Right, yeah, I've got you. I've got the
Is
document.
it Brandon Vice News and that?
Yeah, that's it. So it's
Alright.
like first thing that you can
Oh,
see.
there.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got a few links like Russia Today. I'll check that this is still.
Right, I can have a look at that when we're done with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just like to sort of get the thought process going in that. Because there are certain times when you're trying to think of a place where to start your research. So that should hopefully get the thought process going in there.
Okay, I was thinking we should probably discuss the roles for each one.
Yeah, sure.
So, I'm producer.
Well, let's get this off.
Presenter.
Right, so yeah, but why are you a producer? What makes you key to that role? I don't know why I'm sounding like an interviewer, because that sounds really
Do
cool.
you sound like an interviewer? Don't interview me. I want to organise it. I'll be happy to organise it and do the research for us. Do scripting. I love scripting.
Yeah, no problem.
You guys can do technology.
Oh, good.
I'll
Well,
be
I suck at producing. I'm quite an unorganised person. I don't really like talking to strangers, so it's good that you brought that up because it means.
I love strangers. Strangers
Yeah.
are friends you haven't met.
That's
There
it.
you go.
You was eating lots of sweets when you was younger. You're the one. No jokes.
Those are awful. Right.
But yeah, I'll be assistant producer, so I'll be Roxanne's right arm, and then I'll pretty much be a project manager as well. So anything that gets organised or that needs to get sub-organised,
Yeah.
I'll be there to assist everybody, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, sure.
pretty much any help that any of you guys need, even though we're all helping each other, but any specific help, I'll be there pretty much for assistance. And then I'll be the director as well for like the visionary purposes. So when we're going out filming and whatnot, like I'll pretty much just I'll be the director. So I'll say that we need to film this, that, and so forth.
Sweet. Brilliant. Well, I want to be behind the camera. Like, I don't want to be a presenter. I don't want to be anything like that. So whether that's on sound, whether that's on like the camera, it's something that I really want to work my skills on. I'm not amazing at them, but with all of us together, we can all share our skills with each other. We can all build up together and progress together, and we all each share our own knowledge, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, most definitely. As I said, I'll be there to assist you with camera, so that everything I know about camera. So even if like what we'll probably do is where I've got a camera myself, and we'll have another camera out that we'll hook up from the studio. I might also have my friend like he might be helping us as well on the odd chance. So like I can literally everything I know about the camera, I'll tell you about the camera.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised you don't literally already know it. And that's still
No, I really appreciate that. To be honest. Oh, just a thing, just to throw this out there. What's up with the new camera system?
Oh, what for booking?
Yeah, is
Or
it
does
one?
if you can only have on camera or something?
Is it one camera per group?
Yeah, that's correct.
So we can book out a maximum between 4 of us, one camera.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, that's a bit naff.
But don't, as I said, I've got a camera there. I might even have a second camera because my camera at the moment, I need to get it repaired. However, I'm currently in the process of looking at either buying a Sony A7S, which is capable of filming 4K with an external monitor, or a Panasonic Lumix GH4, which films 4K straight out box. So now I'm hopefully looking to have one of those soon. I've literally got the money to buy it now, but it's just the process of nitpicking.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's good.
Mark,
Yeah.
what are you?
Right. I'm going to do a variety of things actually, but the main thing I'm going to be doing is presenting from the new showroom that we're going to be doing. And the reason I'm going to be doing that is because it's happened in the past where people have gone on Star Now and stuff like that, and they've got in touch with people and told them to come out, and then last minute can't for any particular reason, and then that's the project screwed up. But because I'm working on the project and because I get a grade at the end of it, it's not like I'm not going to turn up.
Yeah,
So I'm always going to be there. Plus, I've got experience now of being in front of a camera, and I'm all right at it. So
that's it. Troy McClure. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might recognise me from such films as The Meeting.
This is the first time that I'm going to be in a sort of news thing, though, so I'm going to have to change up my style a little bit when it comes to talking, which I'm okay with.
I think your documentary style of talking was alright for it. Like, it was serious enough but joking enough to kind of match what we're looking for.
Okay, yeah, because since we're doing alternative news, there's a little bit of leeway, because I don't think I could pull off being too formal. If it's a bit more relaxed, then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Also, I want to be involved in editing a little bit, if that's possible.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think the editing is going to be very open amongst us, because it's not. Yeah. I don't think there'll be one set person doing it. I think we're all gonna do it all together. If I'm honest, so I think that'd just work out better.
Yeah,
then we're all contributing. I mean, stuff like graphics. I mean, we said we was gonna, but there's a potential to buy graphics.
Yeah, that's correct.
If I quickly show that off, how do we capture? How do we screen capture?
If you've got the window open.
Where is it? Is it screen share? Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right, sweet. Right, I'm going to share this. I'm screen sharing now. So that's SkyGo. Ignore that. Was it Video Hive?
Yeah, that's
it.
So this is a site we've been looking at, and what do we type in? Broadcast.
What you do is do you want me to show it where I've got the window currently open?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let me just bounce that up.
Oh, there it is.
Google Hangout. Was it on which window do I have it on? I thought I'd do the entire screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Put it now. I haven't minimized it. I literally had it open just a second ago.
That's all right. Just jump up. Just re-Google it if you have to.
Yeah, no problem. Google Hangout. There we go. So yeah, these are like some pretty much for Video Hive. The good thing is we can purchase pre-made packages. So these are just like some little examples, but it will sort of help us to more identify ourselves as a brand as well, and how we want to appeal to our audience watching us.
Yeah, and obviously we'll split all of the costs 4 ways, so it's not just smashing out on one person.
Yeah, it'll end up being really cheap if you do it that way, won't it?
Yeah, that's it. And
yeah, we'll end up only paying like $7 or $8 maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a whole package if I'm under the right assumption.
Yeah, that's it. And the good thing with these packages as well is that some of them come with like a studio setup. So if you wanted to film in a created studio, all we would need is a green screen, which I've got access to, and which we've pretty much got access to at uni as well. And then we can get lighting kit out from uni as well. Which I'm saying, so if you see like with this one here, you've got the person like pretty much there. It's badly keyed out, but you get a prime example of it though. So
yeah, I mean, if we rent out if we can rent out the studio and stuff like that, we can do a green screen perfectly fine. I remember you saying that you know someone with a green screen studio.
That's my friend's got the green screen kit.
Oh, okay.
And so we could literally like just even
green screen is quite easy to do. I mean, Chris, for his very first project, he literally just used our hallway.
Yeah,
that's it.
The main thing with the green screen is just the lighting, so we could.
We need to get the lighting spot on.
Yeah.
So
it's the clothing that the person wears as well. It has to be sort of non-reflective.
No
if you
green.
get bits of green on them. No, yeah, well, yeah, obviously. But it's like if you get bits,
Whoa,
if you're wearing reflective clothing, if you have reflective clothing though, you obviously get little bits of green reflecting on you because it's behind you, which means your shoulders will disappear or something.
Well,
Yeah,
if you work out the lighting properly, you won't have that issue at all.
yeah, we've got that on Smash though. I'll make a little note for Kit just so that we know when we're gonna book it out.
Sweet.
So I'll put lighting Kit. What's this? More. There we go. Kit. Battery. So yeah, sorry, I'm going back onto this. So yeah, literally we can get broadcast packages, but then on top of that as well, there's a section to the website called Audio Jungle, and like pretty much we can get like broadcast music, so music packs.
That was something I was thinking about the other day. Your jingles and stuff for the news when we actually, you get your intro and stuff.
Yeah, like your
Yeah,
trombones, like, and all that.
That's it. The quality of that, bro, we could just record you and just use that, Andy. I literally thought that was a ring. But yeah, the good thing with this though, like, it will tell us pretty much. Do you remember when we was talking with Helen briefly, and she was mentioning about licensing issues?
Yeah, and that's what we got to make sure we nail first time is that we get the correct license.
Yeah, that's it. So the exact license we'd need is the number of end products. One, most web uses, YouTube and etc. So we can use on YouTube. The only thing we're not allowed to use it for is to profit from it. So it can't be used for TV, radio, broadcasts.
Oh, that's
What about online profit? We just got to make sure we don't monetize the videos on YouTube.
Yeah, that's it. So
unless that video goes viral, you're not going to make a great deal of money on it anyway.
That's a good point, actually. That we could move on to another subject now. Are you happy to move on to another subject now?
Yeah.
That's it still.
What website are we going to use for our news report thing? Because
we've been speaking about this, and there's the standard YouTube or Vimeo. Now, the big benefit with Vimeo, and this is like pure technicality stuff, it's not aesthetic, well, it kind of is aesthetics. YouTube, I think the quality it puts out for HD, 720p, because you're not going to need more than 720p.
You can get 1080 today if you want.
I know you can get 1080, but I think it's only about 3 megabytes per second.
Right.
That's not, it always compresses, regardless of what you render at, it always compresses it. Yeah, and obviously maybe it doesn't matter, but to me, if we upload it to Vimeo, the quality on Vimeo is out of this world.
Most definitely. The only thing we'd want to look into as well, though, is the quality of our coverage as well. Because if you look at the news broadcasts when they're done, how can I explain it? It's crisp, but it's still sort of dull, if that makes sense. So it's not got that cinematic look to it.
Yeah.
Which with Vimeo would mainly use that for the cinematic look.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Then that's still that, but at the same time, it's still good though. But we could use either one. We could even upload it onto both, to be honest. But I think the main thing is, would we want to do an actual website?
I don't think you have to make a website. I think it's something like this. So, how do I share my screen?
Yeah, if you do that screen share again.
Right. So. Screen share.
While you do that though, let me just raise another point. I went on a website called trafficestimate.com.
Right, am I sharing my screen? Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, it's Sky News, yeah?
Sky News.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, so this is like, if you want to go for YouTube, this is the sort of thing that could appeal to you. Is this what you mean, like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's it. So we get like the banner and so forth.
Yeah, so we've got, this is like the actual Sky News one. And as you can see, I've got a really nice top. I think this is the big selling factor of the Sky News one, is this lovely top banner.
Yeah.
And if we go on something like Russia Today, that's the same sort of thing. But, well, this has got a completely different layout. This is a...
Oh, they've got a premium layout where they're like a certified YouTube partner.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, they've got a similar sort of thing. What other ones? We've got Sky Sports News. I don't know if ESPN's got their own one. I'll quickly have a look at that. See, Sky Sports, that's pretty bog standard. So ESPN's got one. That's something a little bit different. It's alternate news. But yeah, I see what you mean. The YouTube layouts are they're easy to make. I mean, you're literally talking about a Photoshop template at the top and a little icon. So they're a lot easy. They're really easy to make. I haven't been on Vimeo and seen do they have a channel system?
I'm not too sure, you know. I think they do, but it's not necessarily laid out the same as YouTube. But I'm not too sure if they've changed it up though.
Right, so let's go on a random channel then.
I think it's a case of how customizable it is, really. What the hell?
I don't know. Where's the channel? Channel. I'll find it. Created by Vimeo staff. Is that a channel? Right. So this is their channel. So this is kind of like a Facebook. That's really strange.
It looks quite bland, though. I mean,
yeah,
it's like
I think it looks like a lot of them are going to share the same sort of layout. So that's your standard universal layout that most channels are going to have. But yeah, so I just thought I'd bring that point up.
Yeah, but look, that's the official. Is that the official Vimeo channel?
Yeah, that's But I imagine that a lot of them are going to follow like that sort of structure. Yeah, I can have a look anyway.
Vimeo, I was thinking of I don't know if this is. I mean, I don't know what the brief mentions. It might be worth mentioning that YouTube's just a hell of a lot more popular than Vimeo.
Yeah.
So, you know, but there's always the chance that if we upload to YouTube, because there's so much competition, our work might get lost. People might not see it because there's so much going on. Whereas Vimeo, because I went on trafficestimate.com and I actually wrote down the figures for how many hits Vimeo and YouTube got in the past 30 days, and literally YouTube's got like 10 times as much as Vimeo.
Well, if we're still undecided, on my blog I've posted a video of a comparison between Vimeo and YouTube.
Oh, right.
Most of the points we've used already.
What you wrote your own blog post about the differences, or you found one?
Yeah, I went on quite a bit of a different blog. Also, I found a video on YouTube about.
I was going to say it's a bit like bias, isn't it?
Yeah, how crazy is that? So you can always have a look at that.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Right, so moving swiftly on. So we're going to be talking about now maybe our potential ideas of what we're ignoring all of like your branding and that. What stories are we set? I mean, we've already obviously spoken about this, but what stories are we going for?
I like the one about the iCloud hacking thing.
Yeah.
If preferable, you see when these stories and whatnot are being mentioned, and if you've got any other stories, if you could include the website links on the document, because I've been taking notes, like you guys have been speaking in that, so
okay.
Even though it's being recorded, but just to sort of so that we don't have to go back over and watch the video.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
So
well, I think in our script bit that me and Mark wrote earlier, it kind of covered most of what we're looking at. For our main story, anyway.
Let me just take a quick look at that.
It's in Google Drive.
Yeah, I'm just quickly checking that out now.
Yeah.
That was for one particular story, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
well, let's discuss that story now then. So,
okay, that was the iCloud hacking.
Yeah.
No, well, the one I'm looking at is about the privacy and safety one, about the U2 story. So if you're not familiar with this story, this is something that's in current news. Now I don't know how far this is like evolved, because I'm still asking people about it and they still don't know.
Yeah.
So basically, the gist of the story is the Apple Inc. They had a partnership. They've got a partnership with U2, like the rock band U2. Are they a rock band?
Kind of.
Right, they're an alternative type rock band. They've been around. They're quite established because you know it's. I mean, they're getting on a bit, but they made this partnership regardless, and their new album, Apple gave to everyone for free. Now that's yay, that's good. That is good marketing. But the problem is, it wasn't given to you like it wasn't putting your iTunes under purchases or something like that. It was put straight into your phone without your knowledge. Like there was no accept, there was no update. It was just thrown straight into your phone. Now, even though that to most people that doesn't seem like a big deal, it kind of is when that's your property. And so obviously, most of our phones actually have passwords on them and email addresses and passwords for your iTunes, so you can't actually get into your phone. So the fact that Apple can compromise it for no reason other than to put in. I mean, it's not the album it's not the putting an album on that's the problem. It's how they did it. They didn't. There was no sort of
something that people didn't have a choice to say no to. It's
yeah,
a gift
I mean,
that
there's
you can't
a
give
difference
back.
between a gift and software that's proprietary installed on your phone. Now they advertised it as a gift, and there was no prior knowledge that they would just throw it on your phone and not say anything about it.
It eats up your memory as well.
Yeah, and obviously, like, it was a big shock. I mean, we was talking about this, and Andre had his iPad out. He said, "I've not installed anything. I've not installed any new updates." I said, "Go on to music." It went on to his music. There was U2. So just the fact that you was completely unaware that that was installed on is pretty insane. It makes you think. I know you've got your tinfoil hats on now. It makes you think if they can access your information without your knowledge. What else are they looking at? This is relevant to the iCloud apps as well recently with the news.
I've just found something interesting on the web, by the way. Literally, funny enough, that U2 leaked album could also be seen as a viral marketing PR campaign because U2 are actually going on a tour in 2015. So it says, because I'm just reading that article on The Independent, I'm just reading their tagline. It says, U2.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, we discussed that with Helen, didn't we? And she said it's definitely some kind of marketing thing because.
Oh yeah, and I'm not against advertising your band. But it's the difference between advertising your band. I mean, that's a free gift. What would that cost? Like £10 maybe on the iTunes shop if it was actually released.
I think
so
that's
the problem. If it was given to you in your purchases. I was just putting your iTunes purchase, then you was like, yeah, man, got a free album. Today's a good day.
That's it, still.
But the fact it's been put on your phone without your permission is a really big no-no. Me, anyway.
If you check the Google Drive notes, I've just posted a link on the notes section for the article, and it pretty much says U2 announces 2015 arena tour in the wake of free iTunes album backlash.
Yeah.
It's even got like somebody on Twitter, I think it's Michael J. Hudson, says, "Hey gang, I'm going as the free U2." He said, "Yeah, hey gang, I'm going as the free U2 album for Halloween. I'll show up everywhere. I'm invited." And that's all, but yeah, that's got that further information, so I'll just post it like a few little articles. So I'd say the main thing we should focus on with our story, because I think like a lot of people would know the story as it is literally the social experiment we should do. So where we'd actually go out live and we'd actually ask people speaking to your phone.
Yeah, now, me and Roxanne actually made a note of that on the Google Drive thing.
We was talking about this, and if I remember, you had a place which. Obviously, we can't just do the social experiment anywhere. Because if you go into like Chatham or Gillingham and you go, by the way, can I look at your iPhone? People might
think you're going to mug them.
Yeah, that's it. No, you'd be surprised. They'd probably try and mug us, mate, with the camera.
But if we go to a very, very like upmarket, technologically savvy area, such as where was the road you said?
Tottenham Court Road. You've just given me an idea, actually, in saying that. You see the area that we go to, we could actually brand ourselves for that area. for the type of people that we're chatting to.
Okay.
If that makes sense, because the time we'll most likely go there would be probably at like around lunchtime, probably like 12, 1-ish or something. So we could brand ourselves for the type of people who we want to interview, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. We're appealing to young people. We're not going to interview a 37-year-old man with kids.
But at the same time, though, we could in a sense, because there's a saying that goes 40 is the new 20.
Yeah.
And that, so in regards to like how we brand ourselves, you see like dressing wise, so we can dress in a certain way and like get our hair done in a certain way or something. Yeah, certain sunglasses or glasses.
Yes, no, that's fair enough.
And that's
So have we agreed, sort of like, this is your story, yeah? So have we agreed like a presenter for this story? Is this going to be the package or is this going to be the live?
I think this should be like the beginning of the live and then the package. Because obviously, if we're going to do interview, like talk to people, we're going to have to have a package.
Yeah, most definitely.
And we're going to need archive image to help illustrate what we're talking about, so it's going to have to be the package.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, most definite. So, because we could even show as well for our package the backlash on Twitter, so we could show that sort of
graphics in the.
Yes, and obviously all graphics will be provided by our package that we've actually bought. So
yeah,
we'll have nice looking graphics instead of just like generic Final Cut template.
That's it. So.
Windows Movie Maker titles.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's alright, brother, got ya.
That's it. I was stretching out my back. I was at the chiropractor's before I came to uni today.
Oh, God.
And I got like a really good back massage.
Oh, nice.
Sexy.
That's it. So. It was a man giving it to me though still. So
oh,
like,
no.
Alright, not so sexy.
So it's like, yeah, like, but I'm probably going to go back there.
We need to cover.
Say that again, sorry.
Is there anything else we need to cover?
Sorry, they're looking all spasticated on cameras trying to itch my back.
Right, so we've covered so that's our first idea. We'll cover the second idea and then we'll wrap it up, yeah?
Yeah, just making more notes, do this as so. Quick question for this story: the privacy and safety of iCloud and Apple device. So we'll do this as a package, plus.
We've got it on the other page that me and Mark have written. It has all the information on it that you can need.
Ah, okay then, cool.
Don't worry about writing notes.
Yeah, no problem. So what I've done, if anything, I've just sort of added like websites to add towards the research.
Oh, do you want to quickly explain that the colour thing that we were going on about yesterday or something?
Oh yeah, the colour. So basically, our colours branding wise is in like coordination with kind of what we want to represent.
Yep.
So it's not just we picked some random colours and decided what we wanted.
Yep.
So if I find where I put this, oh, for God's sake.
It's like some feng shui kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
So
like,
are we gonna have our logo designed by one of us, or are we like?
I think so. I think we should design it ourselves.
I've got a logo guy on deck who we could pay like £30-40 at the most, and he's really, really good. Like, he's fucking amazing.
Yeah, send us his portfolio and we'll have a look.
Yeah, whilst we're chatting away, let me get this thing back.
Just screen share it and we'll have a look. And if that's our guy, we'll go for it. I mean, this year, because I've got, I just feel a bit more organised, so I don't mind paying a little bit more if we're getting what we want.
Yeah.
Because obviously this year matters, doesn't it? This year matters more than last year.
Yeah, that's
right. The colours that we've got is white and dark blue. So white is for safety, purity, and cleanliness, and dark blue is for knowledge, power, integrity, and seriousness.
Yeah.
So those are what we want overall as our representation.
Yeah,
so we might as well reflect that in our colour scheme.
But that'd be the set layout and that as well, wouldn't it? As well as strap lines and that kind of thing.
That is our colours. Woo. Hopefully those can be in our logo as well.
Yeah.
I think we want the logo to be like a shield.
Yeah, ARMA,
Yeah.
ARMA. I see where you've come to that conclusion.
Just stitched it in this website.
But yeah, if this guy can design a website that's not website, design a watermark that's good, we'll use it. Why not?
Yeah,
Might as well go all out.
it's really, really good. I could find.
The other thing is, what is our other story? What have we decided for a secondary story? As I don't have a clue.
No,
Well, we was talking about this. It was the iCloud hack. It's the Twitter backlash, the cyber warfare.
Oh, you mean the thing with 4chan and that?
Yeah, 4chan and Emma Watson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Basically, do you know that story, Roxanne?
Feminist story?
No. Right. So Emma Watson did that whole
Feminist rant.
UN feminist rant, but it's nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Recently all of celebrities' things have been their iClouds have been hacked, and really personal pictures have been taken.
So you want to do? Oh, the problem is, I think the way we've been writing is that we've included that in the story, the first one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're both relative to each other.
So yeah, but should we like try more separate them? Because we're going to want to focus.
Well, this is where it's kind of going to get different, because we're going to investigate, because there was this big backlash. Somebody put on the internet, after all of the backlash about Kim Kardashian getting leaked, Jennifer Lawrence getting leaked, somebody posted a countdown timer to Emma Watson getting a thing leaked, her nudes leaked. And it was actually set up by a PR company as a marketing scheme.
Called Rantic.
Rantic Marketing. And what they did was they slapped the 4chan. Are you familiar with 4chan?
I've told her it's like the final boss of the internet.
Yeah, it's basically an internet forum. If you're familiar with Reddit, YouTube, it's that sort of thing. But what Rantic, who made the website, did was they tried to blame 4chan for it. So it gives 4chan a bad rep. Now, 4chan are known to be linked with Anonymous. The anonymous hacking
massive thing that I wore for Halloween.
Yeah, big vendetta. So what's happened is 4chan have hacked Rantic, and it's like a big cyber warfare thing.
I remember Mark saying this. Okay, yeah, I'm on that. We can do that. Right.
But it's basically how a company used Emma Watson as a human shield, or it was kind of like collateral damage, and it all synced in with the UN, which is.
I don't think it was anything to do with Emma Watson. I think they were they took a big story.
They needed it just happened to be Emma Watson.
Yeah.
And the reason why they capitalized off of it as well, because where she was trending topic on Twitter because of the feminist spin, the talk on feminism that she gave. So it's like them tying that in, it's sort of like a very conniving PR movement or a propaganda sort of movement. You know what I'm saying? And that could be one story. I'm just thinking how that would tie in though with the iCloud, because even though it's good in the sense where the way how they uncovered it, I've got a picture which basically breaks down how they got caught out. But I'm just thinking in regards for it being reported, if it would sort of go over people's heads, because you see with the U2 album, that would have to, I just actually thought on top of it actually, would we be able to cover that story? Because you've got one story as a package, and the other story has to be a live report.
Oh yeah.
It depends.
Not cover it as a package, or not cover it as a live report.
Well, why don't you do the as live report? You're walking in. I don't know. Let me think. I think you can do the what's it called? U2 one as live. So you're on location, you're in Tottenham or whatever, or the Tottenham Road, and you're doing your piece to camera, and then the other one can be a package.
Yeah.
I think we have more information on the U2 one though.
Say that again, sorry.
I think we have more information on the U2, so we could have bigger whole story
created.
And the Emma Watson one is a bit hit and miss because of the fact that the other story's got so much more on it.
Yeah, and that's the problem we was talking about with Helen.
Maybe we should come up with a different story then.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't mind still.
I have to admit, they're a bit too similar for me.
Okay.
I think we could just bring it into the first one in the first place. Like, if we run out of information, we can just use that.
Yeah.
Emma Watson. So maybe we're better off with something we can say in other news.
Well, I see what you mean, actually, because say we're talking about... You are, Andre?
If we're talking about iCloud hacking, we're going to talk about the pictures that are leaked.
Well, it kind of enforces the point, yeah. Like the U2 album's been put onto your phone.
Yeah.
And pictures have been taken off your phone.
Yeah. So I think they're too similar. Like they connect too well.
Yeah.
So they have to be one story.
So we need to find another story. Is it got to be technology related?
No.
Or again, it depends on our brand, doesn't it?
I think human interest.
Human interest.
Human interest stories.
I think so too, actually. Yeah.
The stories that people are interested because they're involved.
Okay. So is that something we have to come back to?
Yeah,
possibly.
I think so.
But what we could do though, before we come back to it, if we discuss a bit more, just to get our brains going, I'll take some notes down so that when we go away and look for stories, we sort of have an agenda behind the stories we've got to look for, if that makes sense. So,
well, I think we need human interest stories that... Try local human interest stories. So something in Kent.
Yeah. Okay. What about that murder? That girl found the body.
How much?
oh yeah.
Did we get on that though?
Say it again, sorry?
How much information in all reality are we going to get on that? Because at the end of the day, we don't get press conferences. We won't have all the resources that like ordinary reporters will have, and so we will be either majorly behind or we won't have all the information.
Yeah, that's right. If we was to do door to door, we could. If we was to do door to door, we might get the friendly F off.
We might get, if we go to door to door, we might get friendly, or we might get
Is it an ongoing investigation though?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, an ongoing investigation.
We've got to be careful then, because we might you know, the thing about some people find out information from the news before they do
any information we'd find out, we'd have to report to the police anyway, otherwise we could be interfering with a police investigation and be arrested.
Yeah.
But at the same time though, we could, you see, for the live report for that, in fact, now that would mainly be reported as a package though, unless there was some major update. So I was just thinking that in regards for that, the story of the person who got murdered the other day in Raynham, that would have to be a thing whereby you'd be live at the location, you'd probably talk about it, but then you'd go into the package where you'd be like, alright, the person's
I've got something. Right, we could do that story, yeah? We could say, safety, yeah, we're all about safety. We could go, how safe do you feel in Raynham?
Yeah.
So go along the fact of parents are now having to apparently look into what their children do when they get older, and like it's more about the safety and how people have to learn from it, and how safe people now must like feel in Raynham.
I sort of see what you're saying. Still, we'd have to go up to people and talk to them. I'm just thinking the only predicament where that happened, and the distance from the Raynham precinct is quite a walk away. I see what you're saying though, in regards we go up to them, we ask them pretty much, it'd be a live report.
We could also do it with anyone. We could ask like a parent from in Medway.
Yeah.
We wouldn't necessarily have to go all the way to Raynham and be like, oh, tell us about this murder. We could be like, we could go to parents and say, okay, this has happened locally. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah.
What do you think people should be more wary of? That girl went missing, didn't she, in London, Alice? We could bring that into it, and how so much chaos is happening in society at the moment. How do people feel?
Yeah, and I see what you're saying. If we were going to do something like that, because of the way of how our channel is branded, we'd need to do it in a more busier area in regards to our city. If we was to take that concept, for example, and do it like somewhere around London, because I'm only thinking in regards for like the first package that we'll be showing.
Oh, but the first package was more of a whole new story, as in to do with worldly people, like everyone, because of the fact that the story is so big, whereas this story is more local.
Yeah.
So we won't have to do anything giant, we just need a couple of people to talk into that safety.
The only predicament we'd have to that is for our channel and in regards for the branding, what would we want to consider local, if that makes sense? So
we could say local as in London, Kent area. I don't see an issue with going local, if you know what I mean. I think it adds something to a channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how London News, BBC News, then go local.
Yeah, that's
so world news into local. So we could change the anchor. Well, no, we could change the anchor and the presenter.
Yeah, I'd say if anything, we definitely need to have more research into this, because I like the idea you're getting at. So, but it's just trying to like narrow down a definite story, if that makes sense. One which we'd be able to find like. Oh, everyone just went sort of silent for a sec. Yeah. But yeah, like a story whereby we'd be able to find sufficient amount of information so that whichever place we was to go down to live would be adequately prepared for it, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's it. So
we need the coverage. But the thing is, even in a live report, they generally do cutaways and actuality and so.
Speaking of complimenting what you just said, I remember when we was talking to Helen as well. She said that she doesn't mind. It has to be lively recorded. However, we can use B-roll throughout the day, and that is actually done in like in live reports where they might cut to footage. So you know that where you have somebody with a vision mixer, for example, and then they'll.
Mark texts me Desperado to poo.
Oh, okay. He could have just sort of slightly done it off camera and just like kept his upper half. The other ones there, he could have just been taking a lead, would have been none the wiser. But sorry.
Yeah, I think we can use that story. We're just gonna have to look at a different angle than originally thought out.
Yeah, you look at the more human. It's not just a body's been found. Let's look at the body. It's more. Let's look at the human impact.
Consequences.
I mean, you can ask around. Like, do you like you're a mother? Do your kids feel safe?
Well, do you feel safe? Do you think your kids are safe?
Do you know, I'm actually thinking of it along the lines, because even for the live report could be done as a package as well, coming to think of it. Because I've watched like live news stories where they've actually been at the scene of where the crime has taken place, and there's live reporters that'll be standing outside of the crime scene talking, and then it might cut to like a reenactment. So do you know, like for example, the girl who went missing the other day?
I watched that news report where they did they filmed the police reenactment. Someone walking along with a backpack and the hair in a ponytail and
exactly that still. And then you could say, for instance, like if there's people around, like we could actually interview them as well, like what they feel about it, or if they've heard anything or whatnot.
You said that you read this on Facebook, didn't you?
Say that again, sorry. Oh yeah, I read it on Facebook.
So surely we could either contact the person who posted it and see how they feel.
I could, to be honest, she's my mate, so I could chat to her, but she would be probably effing and blanding.
Walk around the neighbourhood, have a bit of a chat with some people.
That's it, still.
I think we could do it, totally.
Yeah.
Right, we could do it. I think we could do it. Like, if we look at it at a different angle than a murder, we look at it as how safe do you feel.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll put that down as an idea, human interest.
I've put it under the script notes. The secondary story at the bottom. But it's only a couple of little things. Nothing about how, why, when, what.
Oh yeah. These things going on.
That shit me right then. I thought the fire alarm was going off.
That is the fire alarm, isn't it?
Oh, I think that's just to signify that it's waterproof. I hope it's news.
The worst noise ever.
That's it. There could just be a fire happening and casually here in the library.
What was that sound?
I don't even know it in the store. I think it's probably just something in the fire alarm. Hopefully. I was just thinking as well, if I would have done, I could still contact them, but for example, in fact, no, that's too late now. I was going to say, there was, do you know, in Canterbury Cathedral, for example, you had the Great South Ocular Window. That was back in. Do a new story on that would actually be alright still.
Yeah, oh my god! I didn't think of that.
But it's already gone and passed.
Ah.
Think of what?
Yeah, but look at all of the archive material you picked up.
Oh yeah,
Like the interviews, bruv.
Nah, I know what you're saying still there.
Have you still got all of them?
Yeah, I've still got everything on my hard drive. I gave Helen a copy of it as well.
Oh, so what about something like that?
We could.
Oh, Andre, look behind you.
That's it.
No, yeah, what about something like that?
That's.
It's not really been reported that much. It's kind of current.
It is in a sense. BBC done a big story on it because remember, I don't know if I told you about. I could have gave them the Fred treatment if I wasn't on the force because they was down there with like a live camera crew and like me.
Fuck on your pussy.
That's it. Like me, Vic, and Ruby was walking past them and like literally had a big camera set up like Peter Townsend. Or was it Peter Townsend or Peter Lloyd Williams?
Peter Lloyd Williams.
Yeah, they had a big camera set up like him. And that's still, but that's what I'll do though, if anything. I reckon what we should probably do, if anything, in regards for the live stories, if we research into what live news coverage stories have been done, and do you know what I'm saying, just to give us sort of an idea, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was just looking at it from the angle that you've got so much original content. It just goes hand in hand.
Most definitely. The only thing is I'd need to give them the footage because I've still not given the cathedral the footage just yet.
Yeah. Make sure they get it first.
Yeah, that's it still because as soon as my new computer comes this weekend, like, I'm just going to blitz through that footage, bro. Like, blitz through it, give it to them and that because I feel kind of guilty in that still. That's why if you notice my blog, I just stopped posting at one point and that because I just thought, you know what, F this.
For the website, yeah, we were just talking about previous work, weren't we? For the website, why don't we use our previous works as part of like to create overall, not what we hand in, overall a bit more of a like news to like take your story of the No 2 mob and put that on there. Maybe shorten it, like take the main bit and put it on there so we have an actual news channel.
I just actually thought. You just gave me a good idea. Do you know when at the start of the news when they might give you a brief account of the different stories that's been done? We could include that, funny enough. So we could include your story about the news bands, and then we could include Andy's and Mark's about the No 2 mob.
Yeah.
And then even like include the one which I done with Vic and Ruby about the.
I think it'd make it like a better kind of feel. Like we're like, oh yeah, we've got all these stories we haven't actually done. But
that's it.
I think that's a good idea.
Then or we could in fact I'm just thinking though, even though it's good, I've just actually thought we might come into a problem with branding. However, what we could do though is, you know, when they've got the intro with the news, and depending on what broadcast package we go for, do you know they'll show you like little brief clips of footage?
Yeah.
We could use bits of our like documentary stuff on that footage, just to show. So
wouldn't we? You know, when we got our permission slips signed, though, when we actually filmed the original things, that only covered us for that documentary, though.
Oh, my one covered me for everything.
Mine didn't. Mine covered me for the work.
Yeah, so mine covers me for everything. Man.
Yeah, but it covers you for one broadcast, doesn't it? The broadcaster. I mean, they didn't provide their footage to be included in a package about exposed photos and that.
I haven't got something that says that.
No, but if we're having that as the intro or something, or it's going to be associated in some way with that.
We could always email the people that we did, so I could email the food bank saying, would you mind if I did use the footage for a further project?
Yeah, I don't think they'll have a problem.
No one will have a problem. We can always check up on it anyway. If you give me all the email addresses.
No problem.
Alright.
I've got to go in 5 minutes as well, guys.
Yes, well, we can wrap it up now.
So
Yeah, we can wrap it up this way. So,
Well, we'll see
a
each
lot
other
of,
tomorrow anyway, won't we? So,
a lot of stuff covered today. Tried to cover as much as possible, and it just gives you an overall breadth of where we're going with this project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to, before you guys go, I'll quickly show you my logo guy who I've got. If you click on the screen share.
Oh yeah.
That's like amazing. So, and he's very, very quick, like ridiculously fast.
Well, yeah. Contact your guy. Get him to do a couple of designs, and we'll take it from there.
yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Sweet. Well,
I'll
I'm
see
happy.
you fellas tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm happy with what we've got out of this. So, woo.
Woo!
See you guys tomorrow. This is the end of vlog 1.
Yeah.
Progress meeting 1.
Take it easy, guys, and
See you
we'll
later.
put a fiction adaptation tomorrow.
Yeah,
Just check
At 11.
11 o'clock.
Thank you. I think I've got some books coming tomorrow.
extra hour in
I
bed.
just realised I'm at Maidstone tomorrow. In fact, yeah, I've got. Was there any delivery on books from Epsom today?
Thinking tomorrow.
Alright, I think we should go. I feel like we're listening to a crowd of converse.
See you guys.
Oh, it's on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, then thanks for that still.